it in the right spot. That's funny. I knew that was going to happen someday. Good morning. How is everybody? Happy Saturday. I had a fabulous week. I hope y'all did too. The sun is shining and it is a gorgeous day.
At American Family Insurance.
Goodness gracious. Of course, I have 17 people on watching me struggle. Y'all are never on this early. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. How is everybody today? My name is Bree. I'm the owner and artist of Upcycled by Bree, and I've got a fun haul. I didn't find a ton of stuff this week, but that's okay, because if y'all have been following me on social, I went shopping with Sammy and I got so much stuff. So smaller haul this week, and tomorrow is going to be epic. Good morning, Sue and Anna. Thank y'all for bearing with me while I adjusted the camera there. So everything in front of me is listed. It's already gone live on my website. It goes up about 5 minutes before I go live, and people have already started shopping. So if you see something here you love, hustle over to the website, upcycledbybree.com. I've dropped it down in the description box and in the comments. Go ahead and go shop, get everything you want, and then come back and join us live, because things go fast. And then if you end up placing another order here within 24 hours, if you find something else you love later, I'll combine everything and refund any extra shipping costs to you. Oh, yay, Michelle, you're on. Hey, Michelle, I'm really going to try hard to be consistent with these on Saturday mornings. That's when y'all are most available. So don't quote me yet, but we're going to try. Morning, Dee Dee, and Amber is here. Hello. All right, let's hop into this. I found some great industrial farmhouse items and some amazing critters. I'm going to get a couple of these critters out of the way so I don't break them. So I went to the Giving Tree for boxes, and of course I had to look and shop a little bit. This mama duck was there last week, and I actually passed on her because she had a little nick on her beak, and she was $6. Now, when I went back to get boxes this week, 2 babies appeared. 2 babies appeared, so now there's a set of 3. One baby was $1.95, the other one was 95 cents. So I was like, okay, y'all are coming home with me. And what I did is I took a little bit of the DIY making powder. It's like a pigmented powder. We have a color called Van Gogh, and it was the perfect color, and I just touched that onto the raw like ceramic where it was chipped. It blends in perfectly, you'll never know. Oh man. Oh, Michelle, that's funny. She said she went yesterday to Ross and picked up that apothecary jar that I passed on. You go, girl. It's a little more your style. I didn't have a place for it, and I knew it was gonna break if I tried to ship it. So I paid $9 for Mama Duck and her babies. So I paid up just a little bit, but I couldn't pass on them. Made in Taiwan, Artistic Gifts Incorporated. So nothing I've really heard of before, but they're so cute. It's really the eyeballs for me, the little sleepy eyes. So Sleeping Duck Trio, $39.95. Good morning, Jen. Let's go with more critters. A pair of beautiful Homeco doves. I've been finding a lot of Homeco and home interiors lately. No chips, no cracks, and the coloring on these is really pretty. Set of 2, I paid $1 for them out at Charlie's, and they are up at $12.95. And I know that the name Homeco rings a bell with a few people whose parents, or maybe y'all even, decorated with Homeco back in the day. Good morning, Nicole. How are you? All right, and then the other thing, I got a home interiors. I know what it is. It was the hummingbirds. Make sure that y'all are looking in boxes when you're at the thrift store. A lot of times when there's boxes and stuff on the shelf, my eye just passes right over them. But I saw this little box, right? I start reading it. It says Home Interiors Gifts. Somebody's handwriting on it. Hummingbird picks, $1.99. I get 25% off at Charlie's, so whatever 25% off of that is. And inside were some new old stock, so I don't think they've ever really even been used. Maybe they have. Maybe they're not new old stock, but great condition hummingbirds. And they've got some hangers on the back. Be super easy to hang, very lightweight brass. And these Hummingbird Trio, they're up at $12.95. Michelle, you're welcome. Y'all, I'm going to have to stop giving you my shopping tricks. No, I'm kidding. That's what I do. I love to spread my little shopping tips and tricks, and even tell you where to find a good junk. A lot of people have been going out to Charlie's and shopping, I've heard, so y'all don't take all the good stuff. Okay, let's see what's next. Oh, let's look at this. So I've heard that mixed metal is going to be trending again for 2023. I've always loved mixed metal. I don't think it's ever going to go out, right? And you've got a beautiful brass and copper. This is a great size planter. I picked it up at Major Thrift on a 20% off Sunday, so I paid about $2.40 for it, and it's up at $19.95. It's got the little detail here where the copper ring connects. Very pretty. It's got some patina on it, definitely a little weathered, more so on one side than the other. Probably had it outside or in the sun. But I thought that was gorgeous. And then I've got a ton of greenery up. If y'all are wanting to pick up a few pieces of greenery or floral as you're starting to pick up some spring decor, be sure to check out the floral section on my website as well. These rosemary picks are $3.95. Aren't those pretty? I downsized a few of my own personal items this week as well. So I went through all of my jars and glass things. These will need a good scrub. They've been sitting on a shelf, you can tell. But a beautiful pair. I went ahead and put them together of pink and green stem vases. Let's see if that helps. I need to hang my curtain. I've got all the other ones up. That's better. Just beautiful, beautiful light glass. And I thought these would be perfect for spring as you start to get roses and peonies blooming. Nicole says the live is blurry. Is anybody else having issues? If not, Nicole, try hopping out, backing out of it, and then coming back in. It looks fine right here. I'm watching myself here on my iPad. It looks good to me. I don't always pick up these little crocs, these little cheese crocs. Usually they're a little overpriced, missing a seal. Okay, thank you, Sue. Missing a seal. It doesn't have its lid anymore. This one cost me about 50 cents though, so I couldn't pass that up. I have it listed to be stenciled at $8.95. Cool, Nicole. And we're going to do that today. We'll do that live. I want to show y'all how you can use the JRB stencils on those slick curved surfaces with DIY paint. Hi, Kim. How are you? Kitchen items. If you're new here, that's one of my very favorite things to thrift, and I love decorating with kitchen items. This was quite crusty and gross when I picked it up. Sometimes I like that, the grungy look. This was literally like still flour on it. So I scrubbed it up real good, dried it out. But why I wanted to pick it up, even though it was gross, is because it has this beautiful wooden insert in the handle. And then you've got a space here that you could hang it. So this is just darling. It'd look great hanging on the wall. You can make a nest out of it. Drop me a comment. Let me know how you decorate with strainers. Paid about $1 for it. It's up at $8.95. Oh, Michelle, you've got the setup. It's still, please don't tell me you're watching me on your big screen though. Oh, it's crazy. Oh, Michelle, what did Sammy do with it? Tell me more. If it's too much to type, I'll have to go look. I didn't even know she had made one of those over. If y'all want, after I show my haul and we do a little project, I'll show you a couple sneak peeks of what I got this week. I found two amazing, actually three, but two metal measuring cup sets. These always sell fast. Oh, darn it, Dee Dee, the ducks sold. I will keep shopping for more ducks, don't you worry. Two sets up. This one is $11.95 and $8.95. This one has all four pieces and is still definitely in usable condition. And then these are, but I love that look. They are oily and old and patinaed. There's only two here. Look at the numbers though with all that good patina. And these two are $8.95. Late Night Creations says they have their grandmother's aluminum measuring cups. These always sell great for me. And they are super easy to use and super functional. You know those modern plastic ones that come on the ring and then you're flipping them and they're all banging together, and this is where it's at. And then also I found another set of the crock measuring jugs. Cups. There's only 3 in this set. There's usually 4, so I'm wondering if I think it's missing the 2/3. They were only 99 cents a piece though, out at Charlie's, so a little less than that with my discount. Went ahead and picked them up, and the set is $14.95. One of them, oh, it's this one. One of them will go 1/2 cup on this side and 1/3 cup on this side. Definitely still usable, great condition. There are no chips or cracks on these. And I almost kept these. They look really good in my kitchen. I have a lot of measuring cups, and I don't bake. And when I cook, like, I don't really measure things. I eyeball, so I don't need them. But however, I did keep a couple things this week. I've really been downsizing my own like older decor I've had for a few years and kind of revamping my look. I think y'all have noticed that. And I'm ready to decorate for spring. I'm doing that this week. I'll make a video with my new shelf and everything. But I needed little things to decorate my beautiful new shelf with. So I'm keeping these, just some random things I picked up at Charlie's. Love this little spool thread spool. My words aren't working. And then, of course, just an old doorknob with some great, great patina. And I will just style these up in a little vignette. Maybe a couple of books, set these on top. I love to put brass critters on these spools. This one might be a little too small, but... Okay, where can I put these that I'll remember they're mine? Otherwise, they're going to get put with the inventory. Okay, this was a cool find. I found a lot of big things this week, a little higher ticket items, but I also found a ton of smalls, so I thought that was okay. I paid $10 on this at the Giving Tree, and it is an antique bed warmer, brass and wood. It's in pretty good shape. The joints are a little loose on it. I would style it by hanging it on the wall though, in which case the wobbliness is not going to be an issue. I tried to tighten it a little bit, but I'm not going to mess with it. It's not like falling apart or anything. It's just a little bit wobbly right there. But oh my gosh, gorgeous. Look at the detail. Try not to blind you. There we go. The detail on the brass. You've got the little handle here to lift the lid. And I'm assuming that's coals, right? That went into these embers or whatever. Coals probably. And then stuck under the sheets. Hooray! Deborah's rooster just arrived. I love that. Okay, Michelle, what'd you say? Lots of things she did is on there on her spring video. Okay, I'll check that out and see what she did with the strainer. Kim's grandma has those measuring cups. They are cute. They are cute. Okay, so paid $10, and this is up at $64.95. But if you have a beautiful fireplace or mantle in your home, this would look amazing hung up next to it. I hung it up next to my mantle. I don't actually have the fireplace, but I've got the mantle, and it's just too long. But I love that. I don't see a lot of them, or when I do see them, they've got more of like, they've got like a scene on the brass pot. And it's usually not a scene I love. I picked up this little lady, and I noticed this morning when I was listing her that the top of it is chipped off. Darn it. I only paid around, 75 cents or so. And I'm very sad that the top of that is chipped. Now, if you are good at making casts of things, I guess it's a different design than these 3. I was going to say you could make a cast of it, but it's a different design. I went ahead and listed her up anyway. These little pictures are very, very pricey online. I couldn't find anything exactly like her. There's no markings or anything. So I didn't list her for very much. She's up at $9.95. But some of these were just beautiful. And I found the like Italian pictures before and the little cast iron or brass frames. But I want to find more wood ones like that now. Not exactly my style, but I really like it. All right, another set of ducks here. Let's hop over and see what has sold real quick. Okay, we still have a lot available. Don't you worry. The hummingbirds are gone. The doves are gone. These ducks are also sold, and the big ducks. Darn it, that's okay. I'll show you quick though. These are very, very 90s, and a lot of people have been giggling. They're like, oh my gosh, my mom had those in her kitchen. And these had blue ribbons on them when I got them, and they looked very 90s. But all I did was take the ribbons off, and now they're little naked ducks. And you can fit these into your spring decor so easy. I really liked the eyelashes on this pair. And they sold for $12.95. I paid $3. What else was I gonna say about the ducks? Oh, I see a lot of times like the country ducks on a lot of plates, or like painted on old like wooden decor. I don't usually pick those up. Those don't sell, but the ceramic figurines are very popular right now. All right, let's see. Did I list? Okay. Another item I found in a box, Add Major Thrift. And I thought I was going to find the shelves too, and it was going to be like a whole piece of furniture I didn't want to pay for, but it wasn't. It was just a box of the accessories, and these are some like threaded spindles that were for a shelving unit. But I paid $8 after the 20% off and got a ton of these and some like little round knobs and whatnot. I listed a bunch of them up. I did save some though for DIY projects. And I did list some of them. They're raw wood, so if you wanted to stain or paint or give them a beautiful chippy effect, you've got a blank canvas. And they are $5.95 each. Aren't those just gorgeous? I wiggled and tried to pull out the plastic threading on it, and I'm not going to lie, I couldn't really get that out. It doesn't go past this, though, so if you wanted to cut them with your miter saw, you could still totally do that. If you wanted to make feet, and I was just thinking you could do put some wood filler in here and you'd still be able to screw down into it. So that's kind of up to you, but I figured when I ship these out, I'm going to go ahead, if I ship like one spindle, I'm going to throw a couple of the connectors in, or throw one connector in. I need to count and see how many there are. That way, if you want to use it, you can. When I was with Sammy shopping this week, I found a couple of these just metal rounds. They already had holes in them, and they were what, $2 each. I found 2 of them, so I grabbed them because I figured they would fit on these shelving pieces that I found, and they totally did. So that was cool. So look for that coming up in an upcoming DIY project. I'll probably end up like chopping this, right? Because that's a little long. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do yet, but those are going to make some really fun like fruit trays. So don't pass up the boxes in the thrift stores because you never know what you're going to find. Oh, Marty bought all the ducks. The duck lady, yes. That's funny. They're so cute. I love ducks too. I've got some ducks of my own. And they're styled in my kitchen this year. And then I've got one really big one I'm going to put out here in my living room. This grain basket, beautiful, huge vintage grain basket. It's already sold as well. I paid $5 for it at Charlie's, less 25%. It's in great condition. I listed it up at $34.95, and it was one of the first things to go. Beautiful big basket. Always pick up these wine openers when I see them. This one's got some great patina. It's a good color. It's got the little rusty nail spot, and it's $6.95. They usually sell pretty well. Not always on the first day, but my wine lovers grab them. And then this is super cool. I do believe, I thought it was a bottle opener, but I could be wrong. Because it doesn't really have any like teeth to grab a cap. Does anybody know what this is? But you guys know why I bought it. Look at that handle. Like you can't replicate that. So I called it a vintage tool, I think. And it is $8.95. Measuring cups are gone. Y'all rock. Vintage opener is what I called it. I don't know what it is. What is this? Miss Sarah loves the ducks too, and they bring back memories. And that's one thing about the critters, is they usually bring back some good memories for people. Okay, that's done, that's done. Let's talk about this cat. I found her at Charlie's. Isn't she cute? The bottom says, to my baby Sonia, from yours truly, Brandon. But here's what confuses me. It's marked 6/21/13, and I am pretty sure this was not made in 2013, so I think he bought it and gifted it to her. It is totally vintage. You can tell by its plasticky eyeballs. And it's heavy. It is so heavy. This day, I had gone out to pick up my new shelf from Charlie's and found 2 things, and he just gave them to me. So she was free. Free 99. She's up at $19.95 because she's heavy. She'd make a doorstop. Okay. Y'all, if you were just hopping on, all of this stuff I am showing is already listed, and I'm going to drop the link for you because things are selling quickly. So if you see something you like and you're just hopping on, you might want to go check before it's all gone. Project piece. It's been a little bit since I've done a brass lamp project. The last ones I did, they weren't brass. They were those beautiful white metal lamps, and I made the risers and stuff out of them. But I saw this one. I paid $8, which is a little bit up. That's what I paid for the white ones too. But when I see these brass lamps, I take them and I do this. And if they twist, that means they come apart. Sometimes you'll grab them and they don't move at all, and they're like one solid brass piece, which are technically a lot more valuable too. I know, Michelle, we'll talk about that next. So I've got here now 1, 2, 3 little brass sections, and then this beautiful brass base. So again, upcoming thrift haul video, stay tuned for that. I was thinking that these were gonna split in half, but they don't. So I'm gonna have to be creative with this shape. If you have ideas, feel free to drop them. Love taking those lamps apart. Okay, Michelle said that this is distracting her. Girl, if this house wasn't a rental. And here's the thing also. You can take these enamel shades and you can get a lighting kit off of Amazon or your hardware store or wherever. And you don't even have to run any electrical. You know, you can get kits. You'd have to find one that was going to fit in it properly. This one's more of a screw-on type. But then I figured also somebody has a very handy partner that does wiring and electric. I never see these. I've never found them at the thrift store. I paid $7.50 for this one, $10 for the big one. I priced them. They're pretty expensive. I have this one up at $64.95. And this one is only $74.95 because it does have some paint on it, which y'all know I don't mind. I actually like this one better. But if I sit here and go like this with my fingernail, it literally comes off. So if you wanted to take the time, you could restore this one back to the enamel, easy peasy. But also the top on this one is very different. On the listings, I did put pictures of the tops and the dimensions of how big the tops are, approximately 2. So if y'all are thinking about them. And if you ever have questions about my listings, you can email me, upcycledbybri@gmail.com. We can get more specifics with measurements and stuff. Hey, a Late Night Creations has to go. Have a great Saturday. Have a great weekend. Thanks for hopping on. I want those lights over my kitchen bar. Yes, I know. And I probably shouldn't be selling them. I'm not buying a house anytime soon. I'll find more. I'm going to find so many more when I go antiquing this summer. We're speaking it into existence. But I mean, also, even if you didn't want to use them as light covers, right? Like, this would be, oh, I'm giving away all my good ideas, a Christmas tree base. You could just like, you know, usually like the little mini trees, sometimes they have the removable feet. Just pop it down in there, pop the feet on it. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to set those over here so they don't bang around. Few more things left. Let's look at these birds. And you missed a little bit, darling. I've been on for about 25 minutes and I talk pretty fast, but you can catch the replay on the rest. I have a little bit left and then we are going to do a little painting. So hang out, feel free. Feel free to hang out and watch the rest later. Let's check these birds. I feel, oh, they haven't, I don't think they've sold yet. Nope, they're still available. All right, so if you want some birds, these guys are still up. They are Ethan Allen when I looked them up, which I was kind of surprised, but they pulled up on Google image search very easily. They've got beautiful, beautiful detail. They're not completely solid. You can see the holes in the bottom. But they were online for $85, which is ridiculous. I bought them for $12. I paid up a little bit on them. They are heavy though, and they are up at $29.95, not $85. If you like silver, I have a feeling they won't last through the day. Another blue enamel piece. I found 3 of these previously, and all 3 sold, so I went ahead and picked up a 4th. I paid $5.50, and it is up at $16.95. I put up some beautiful blue enamel last week as well, and I think there's still a cup and a plate left. So you could have a whole set. This bird is gone as well. Okay, if whoever bought this bird is on, if you're on, I want to paint this today. What color? The listing says to be painted, or if you absolutely don't want it painted, now is your chance to tell me. But it does say in the listing will be painted. I wanted to double check. You could turn the lampshades upside down and put a base on the lights and put things in them. Yes, you could. That's gorgeous. That would be really gorgeous too. Okay. All right. I didn't miss anything else. Okay. If whoever bought this is on, speak now or forever hold your peace. And y'all drop ideas of what color I should paint it. Hey, Jackie. Look at this beauty. I'm thinking this might have been part of a lamp. It's hollow. Rusty metal, but how pretty would this be with just a piece of greenery or like a flower or something in it? Ta-da! Obviously it won't hold water, but faux floral. It's up at $14.95. Deborah says she has a set of those silver birds and that the screen is not doing them justice. They're gorgeous. They really are pretty. They really are. $5 find at Charlie's, steal of a deal. Cast iron griddle. Beautiful wooden patina handle and a piece of hanging hardware. I saw a idea on Pinterest recently. It was like a whole wall with just different kinds of cast iron pots hung on it in a very aesthetic pattern. It was to die for. My sticker fell off. There it is. This is $34.95, which is a great price. These cast irons can get super expensive. And they're heavy. Another little downsizing of my personal stash here. I had a lot of stem vases because I had peony bushes and stuff, but in this rental, there's really not any perennials. So we're gonna have to do annuals this year. Look at this beautiful green tinted glass. This looks like a candlestick, but it is a vase. You could also set a wood round on this too and switch it up a little bit for decor. Obviously you couldn't really attach it. Maybe you could glue it. And it has some bubbles in it. I really like this one. This one was hard to let go. This beautiful like pearlescent. These were all thrifted at one point during my journey. And then I love the shape of this one. This trio is $14.95. I just had too many. Like, how many stem vases does one person really need? But I do like to combine them together. This was Avon. I didn't realize it. I thrifted this as well, and I thought it was a base, but apparently it had bubble bath in it at one point. I love this green color. I paired this green and this brown amber together, $9.95 on this set. And I like the different heights. You know, you could put a big fat bloom in this one and then a tall spriggy one here. Create some really, really fun shapes. I love fresh flowers. I'm gonna have to just buy some bouquets this summer. I'm keeping this, I think it's a breeder. I don't know. Does this have another name? It looks like a brayer to me, but it also has some really fun texture on it. So I wondered if it was just a texture roller, but I'm going to keep it for painting texture. I don't think the camera is going to pick up what I'm trying to put down, so I'm not going to shove it in the camera, and if it doesn't create any really fun texture, then I can use it, you know, to like press down my decoupage paper and whatnot, or just set it up in a vignette, because it totally fits in with my industrial vibe. Put that in the keep pile. This, I did not mean to buy it. I took it up front at Charlie's just to see if he knew what it was, because it was $4.99. Now, I did get 25% off of that, so it's no biggie. But then I looked it up today. I was digging through stuff, and I was like, oh, crap, I brought this home. And it's actually an old vintage attachment for a Kirby vacuum. We couldn't figure it out. I was just like, what is this thing? It's got, like, plastic pieces through the bottom. It's got the hole right, whatever. So I think I paid him, like, $3.50 for it. I listed it up at $16.95 because they are actually quite collectible and pricey. So sometimes you get that little gem you didn't realize, but I thought that was some really fun shape. If you've got a great jar collection, that would just add in something totally different. Got lots of breakables this week, didn't I? I picked up Christmas cookie cutters. I just decided I was going to keep my holiday collection up all year long. And I know some people like to shop Christmas all year. When I go to garage sales this summer, I'm going to be finding it, so oh well. And these had a great rust patina. Gingerbread man, angel, Christmas tree. Look at that patina. So I have them on there, of course, for decor only. And they are $8.95. 1 second, the dog wants out of the bedroom. Oh no. Sorry, I don't know how she got trapped in there. Okay. If it's not one thing, it's the other. Fat frog, look at his belly. He's so stinking cute. Now, this frog was a bank at one point. He's missing his bottom, but he's just cute shelf-sitting decor, in my opinion. And I paid about $3.50 for him as well. He's up at $14.95. How many frog lovers do I have? I've got 65 people on. Y'all are great. Thank you so much for hopping on. If y'all wouldn't mind hitting that thumbs up button while you're here, I would appreciate it. That will let YouTube know y'all like my thrift haul videos. Send it to a friend. Isn't he cute, Kim? I've been finding the most adorable brass things. Speaking of, I never find unicorns or brass unicorns. First ever. Tiny little unicorn with some tiny little hooks. This would be great for jewelry. They're a little bent. I'm not going to try to mess with them. I'm just going to ship it as is. And this is $8.95. I think I paid around 50 cents or $1. So Charlie's doesn't have everything priced. There's definitely a lot of things that aren't. And then when we get up front, he just kind of rattles off pricing as we check out. And it's always good. If I find another fighting rooster, same composite, looking in the opposite direction, head looking towards the left, buy it. I got you, girl. I'll manifest that one right now. Speaking of, okay, let me set that down real quick. I want to show you all this because I can't remember who asked, and I apologize. I asked on the end of my lives if y'all want me to look for anything. And either last week or 2 weeks ago, I could not find it for the life of me. Somebody asked me to look for cookie molds. And I was thinking they were talking about like metal vintage cookie tin presses. But I think I found them with Sammy. So I pray whoever was watching, or whoever asked, is watching or is going to watch the replay. Are these them? When I Google searched these, that's what it came up with. Cookie molds. I think I found them. These will be up on next week's haul, so you've got a whole week to watch this replay and have a chance to snag them up. Hold on, I'm just going to show these other two and then we'll get going with what's actually available. So I found all of these, and they were a little pricey, but I grabbed them all because I think that's what you were talking about. Whoever you are, I'm sorry, I can't remember. So, It made me, yeah, aren't those cool, Deborah? They're so neat. It made me think about that when I said manifesting things, because I was like, I don't know what you're talking about exactly, but I'll try. Like, let's manifest them. There they were. There they were. So Deborah, I'm going to find you. Rooster looking towards the left. I got you, girl. All right, wooden tool. Always grab these at Charlie's. These are so fun for vignettes. And ones like this, this one's a little leany. Okay, maybe not. Sometimes they sit at a really great angle, and you can stencil them and stuff too, and they're really cute shelf sitters. But I just love that old rust patina. And then, or not rust, wood patina. How many times do you think this thing got used? Like, I bet it just has stories. There's still concrete all built up on the side of it. Oh, it's just good. Grungy farmhouse. I told Sammy that was going to be my new thing. Farmhouse grunge. I don't even have to clean anything. Anne loves the cat in the heart. Oh yeah, the molds. I was like, with the cat in the heart. Aren't those fun? They're so cool. So hopefully that's what she was talking about. This is sold. This is sold. Nobody is commenting on the bird, so I think I'm just gonna, we'll paint it whatever color we want. I think this is a push block, push block, right? For like when you're cutting things on your miter saw, maybe? I don't know. I just really love the shape. I paid about 50 cents for it. It sold at $4.95. I've been getting roasted a little bit on my shorts and stuff when I post like, what is this? Because I don't know what half of this stuff is. I just like the way it looks. And people are like, really? Come on. That's X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, I don't know. I just like it. And then I've been getting roasted for not knowing the difference between swans and ducks. So, this is a swan, right? This is a swan because its neck is really long. I found this with Sammy too. That's not till last week. But I think if they've got the long neck, it's a swan. Or is it a goose? I found a ton of rusty metal tools back in the tool section. I thought this was a railroad spike, but I think they're just like, I had the name in my head earlier. Whatever. Tell me what these are. Definitely a swan. Okay, that's a swan. Yes, I got it. Now what are these? A punch. A metal punch, I think, or what these are called. I don't know. But they've got all different shapes and sizes. Great, great shapes. I put these together a lot at $14.95. I've got some railroad ties and metal things like this that I like to take and just kind of like stack up on top of books or on top of a piece of wood. There's a different style tool. Anyways, he's got like just bins of stuff like this back there. And I was like, yeah, let me grab some of these today. My friend Brandy, one of my subscribers, was messaging me this morning telling me that she has some really cool railroad ties. Yeah, it's a railroad spike. Cool. Deborah, you are super knowledgeable, girl. I like you. You be on all my lives. Salt and pepper shakers, or grinders. I grabbed these a lot. These were made in Japan. And they are a beautiful mix of wood and metal. I'm pretty sure they're brass. I listed them as brass. 99% sure. Paid $1.50 for them. Okay, the big one looks like a railroad spike. Maybe that's the one she was talking about, Kim. I paid $1.50 for these, and they're up at $14.95. Got just a little bit of damage up here around the top. I did not try to oil them or anything, though. I think some tung oil would bring them back. I don't think they're teak. No, they're not. They're definitely not. But some tung oil would bring them back to life. I have ordered a lot of things. I've got a big paint order of DIY paint coming in. I've got new colors of Sweet Pickins coming in. I've got the new formula of the top coat, as well as the tung oil. I've ordered everything, just waiting on it to arrive. And then also, Marty, you're fast, girl. You were the first shopper on today. Like that second things go live, you were on it. But I've ordered a ton of things. They're all coming in, so be on the lookout for that. It's all already listed up on my site. The tung oil, the new Sweet Pickins colors, and they should be here any day. But if these don't sell right away, I might use them as an example because I'm really excited to try it. When that new top coat comes in, I am going to be putting the old formula on a discount too. I'll send out an email and everything on that stuff next week. Don't worry. Candle snuffers. I had never seen them before until like a couple of months ago, and then I found now like 5 or 6 brass ones. I saw this one, I was like, okay, it's cool, you know, like silver's not really my thing. I like copper and brass better, but I picked it up and it said made in England. So then I was like, I have to get it. It is silver plated. I looked it up, did a little research on it. Silver plated, it would look great with a shine, but it's got some great patina also if that's your thing. Good morning, Shannon. And I have it up, this one is up at $14.95. It's a little more special than the other ones I've found. I usually list them at $12.95, but I paid $1. Okay, a couple more things, and then we're gonna paint. I found this cool wood barrel tap. I only paid $1 for it, and it's up at $18.95. These are highly collectible. How stinking cool. And the patina. Shannon says she loves taking salt and pepper shakers apart and using the candle holders, using them as candle holders or a spindle lid. And girl, you are not wrong. In fact, I've got some other ones up on my website that are less expensive because they're not quite as cool as this. And I had mentioned that during my live. Like you could totally take this apart, hit that with a miter saw, and boom, you've got the perfect base for a candlestick. Early bird gets the worm or something like that. The early swan gets the, what do swans eat? Fish? Oh, Deborah missed the doves. Ladies, I'm going shopping. Lorraine's in town this weekend. She's out getting us bagels right now, but she's in the shopping mood. That girl can shop. Sammy went shopping, or Sammy went crazy when we were shopping. Like, okay, I went crazy, but she makes me go crazy. I'm like, next week's haul is gonna be good. So I'm on the lookout. I got y'all. Birds, doves, ducks. It's coming. Last thing I bought, oops, I lied. 2 things. I sold an anchor like this, a wall hook anchor, a couple of weeks ago, so I went ahead and snagged this one up for my coastal friends. This one is cast iron as well with a beautiful blue paint job. I paid $1.50. It's up at $8.95. Not exactly something I decorate with, but I try to look out for my coastal buddies. And then the last thing I found, I'm keeping these. Container of wooden casters. There are 4 that are the same, and then there's a couple random ones, but I went ahead and picked them up because they've got the fittings too, so I could actually put these on a piece of furniture. I usually try to buy the ones that you can screw on, but I grabbed these too. Okay, cool. We're gonna paint the bird. What color? I was thinking white, honestly. It's got beautiful detail, and I think it's just going to distress well. Who am I turning into? I'm painting everything black and white. Ooh, Anne, what'd you get? She would look really pretty apothecary, too, or aviary. Throw me some colors, y'all. Otherwise, I'm going to go with plain old boring beadboard. It's not boring. It's a beautiful color. While y'all are dropping comments, no paint. Oh. Deborah, did you buy the bird? Oh no. Okay, hold on. Calm down. Calm down, Bree. Oh, Deborah, that sucks. My heart sinks when that happens. What happened? Oh. Hold on. Hold on. No paint. If so, what color? Okay, hold on. Let me see who bought this. Oh no, I've been logged out. 1 second. 1 second. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. I had to change my password yesterday. The struggle is real. This is going to be a fun replay. People probably aren't going to get past the first minute of me accidentally going live. I know my password. You guys have probably answered by now. What's a code? Okay. Okay, she's just saying she missed it. I still can't tell who bought it. No, we're struggling this morning. Give me 1 second. 1 second, please. 9, 7. I'm still trying to find who bought this bird. Give me just a second. I just want to make sure I'm not going to paint something that... Okay. Okay. No, it wasn't anybody. This was this lady's first order. Okay. It was a lady named Lenora. I don't see her commenting, so we're going to paint it white. Yeah, I was thinking I'd leave the ball unpainted too. You're right, Michelle. 5 vintage rolling pins. Nice. 25 cents each. Copper penny with a shipwreck. Oh my gosh, that would be pretty too. Okay. Sorry. How many people did I lose? Ah, y'all are still watching me struggle. Love that. We're going to paint her white. I really want to show you the details brought back. The lady who bought her also bought the crock measuring cups. So the brown and the white will look good. Got a brand new quart of beadboard. There's nothing like fresh quart of paint. I am wondering how many new people I have watching today. And if y'all aren't familiar with the DIY paint, I'll tell you just a little bit. It's a clay-based paint. And it's thick. And it has a ton of pigment. Very, very pigmented, which means you get really great coverage. So if you're used to painting with more of a generic store paint, this is a beautiful surprise when you paint with this, the coverage. I've got a Klingon brush here. This is the R12. Now, if you are waiting on DIY paintbrushes, Debbie had a little bit of a hold up in shipping, getting them to her. So there's just a slight delay, but they should be here very, very, very soon. As soon as I get them in, the day I get them in, I will get them out to y'all. It will be very easy for me to ship. I'm going to pour a little bit of the paint out into a cup here. Since this is a new container, I don't want to contaminate my whole container of paint. It's all natural. It's VOC free. But because it's all natural, if you start sticking a dirty brush down in your paint container, you contaminate it, it gets stinky, it's gross. Look at that coverage. Tracy, I know, girl, they're coming, I promise. I am so antsy too. And I realized that when I loaded them up to my website, I did not take into account myself, so I already had to order more because they sold out so fast. So yes, VOC free. If you like painting with your kids, grandkids, this is great because it's not smelly. You can use it inside in the winter like now when it's cold and y'all are bored. And then if they spill a little bit, say on your kitchen table, it's water soluble until it's sealed up, which means it'll dissolve with water, which means the cleanup is great. It's a water-based paint. So if you're new to the crafting world, new to the painting world, I highly encourage you to try it. It's also on my website. I carry a ton of colors, a ton of finishes. give it a go. There's little 8-ounce sample sizes. They're only $13. You can get a little wax, 4-ounce wax, also for $13. And the wax lasts so long. Little goes a long ways. Grab yourself a brush. A good brush makes the world of a difference. Brushes were one of the last things I invested in for myself to use, or, you know, as far as products that I sell, because they're pricey. But it's a tool, just like any other job or hobby. You're going to need tools. They're an investment, and you just take good care of them so they last. I've had this brush for probably 2.5 years, and it's just now starting to lose some of its paint on the handle and whatnot, but I'm not the best with my brush care. I can be a bit lazy. I try. Sometimes you're just so tired after a day of painting projects. Let's see what else while I'm painting here. So last week I went to go live in my bonus group, if y'all were waiting on that, and literally like I'd say it was about 7 minutes before my live started, my power went out. Are you kidding me? That's the first that I've lost power right before a live. And I was like, okay, so I switched up my camera angle. I got in front of a window. I was like, we'll make this work. Got started, went live, and then I realized I couldn't use my heat gun because I didn't have any power. And the paint technique I was doing, you have to have something to dry it with if you're going to demo it in an hour. So I'm going to redo that live. It will be this Wednesday coming up. I'll post in community and everything for my members, but that was frustrating. And then both of those urns ended up selling, so I do need to hurry up and get it painted so I can get it shipped. Okay, what do we think about her feet? So we've got the white bird now, and I was gonna leave the base, but what do we do about her legs? Do we paint them white too? Probably, in her little feet. Oh, you can use an artist brush. Ah, Dee Dee's loving this haul. Dee Dee, if you love this week, girl, wait till next week. Me and Sammy found so much stuff. After this bird, I'll sneak peek y'all a couple things. I said I wanted to stencil that crock too. I didn't think my haul was going to take so long. I must have been chatty. We might have to stencil the crock another day. Lorraine's probably going to be back in a minute with breakfast. Bird looks great. Thank you. Okay, yes, on the feet too. Makes the ball stand out. All right, that's what I was thinking. I've also really been enjoying painting animals. Like, I love finding the vintage ceramics, but I've been painting the ducks and the swans and stuff. And then just like painting their beaks orange. A lot of fun. Let me get down in here in between the wings. When you're doing a wet distress technique, you want to be careful to make sure you don't build up too much paint in between your details, because then you're not going to get as prominent to distressing. Y'all were confusing me on the paint job on this. I couldn't figure out who bought it. Sorry for that confusion. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't going to paint something. If y'all ever do see something that you buy, it says to be painted, and you don't want it painted, and it's not something I'm working on live, you can email me and tell me, don't paint it, and I won't. All right. Trying to figure out where we're going to go shopping today. I want to go a couple of thrift stores here in town that we don't normally go to. Normally we shop on Sundays, but we're going to go out today. There's a couple thrift stores that aren't open on Sundays here in Topeka that I like, but Sunday is a big shopping day for me. I figured we'd get out on a Saturday. Oh, it has even little like birdie talons on it. Some great detail on this bird. This was a hot item on my sneak peek. Y'all are getting very competitive. I've had to make sure that I'm really not making my items like live too early or too late because y'all are sitting there waiting. Uh-oh, did I lock it? Hold on. Hold, please. I said I wasn't. I know. You watched me sit there and unlock it. I don't know what I did. I'm sorry. I heard it and I was like, whoops. My bad. Where are we going shopping today? Where are we going shopping today?
Not a clue.
We were just talking about that. Okay.
Charlie's is always a classic, but I do need new shoes.
Okay. What are y'all up to this weekend? Anything exciting? It's going to be really nice today, like 50, and then it gets really gross and cold for like 2 weeks, and I'm not excited about that. I'm really itching to get out to the garage and do woodwork, and I can't. All right, let's dry this for a second. Deborah says she sits there and waits. I love that. Do you hit the refresh button? I'm like that with a couple of creators too. I've bought my fair share of stuff from Jamie. For sure. Ew, Kim's getting 6 inches of snow. We had a dusting this week. It wasn't bad. It was actually pretty because it melted quickly. She just walked back outside, Michelle. She must have forgot something in the van. I don't know if she's going to pop on this morning. She went to get bagels in her... I don't know. We'll see. She might. I don't want to put her on the spot. So right now I'm just drying this with a heat gun to make it go faster. If you've not used this paint before, it is not a necessary step. It's just making it quicker. They want to meet you. She's brave.
Hi.
I'll get some footage later when we're shopping. When she's not put on the spot. I told him you might say no. You're braver than me.
I just got my coffee, you know, so.
What'd you get?
My chocolate almond. And the tomato mozzarella sandwich.
Michelle says you're darling, and Kim says hello.
Hello, and thank you.
Were you cold?
For the first 10 seconds of me sitting on your cold other seats, yes. After that, no.
Yeah, good. It's gonna be
And it warmed
nice.
up. So I didn't really have to leave the car much. I only wanted to go get the tomatoes.
Pizzagles. Michelle, have you ever been to Pizzagles? Is Tracy still on? I don't know if I have any other locals on. That's good.
Yeah, they didn't have cinnamon punch, so I got you cinnamon raisin. That's okay.
That might have been what it said.
No, there is a cinnamon crunch. They were just out of cinnamon crunch. They also had cinnamon raisin. And I figured that was same thing.
Perfect.
And I like raisins, so and I got strawberry cream cheese and regular cream cheese.
Tracy's been there. Perfect. Thank you very much. Sherry said that she watched Sammy's haul, but she kept a lot. Sammy does keep a lot. Man, that girl can shop. Like, I think we went to 5 stores, 5 or 6 thrift stores, and a couple of them were duds. But she was in out, and she had Montgomery with her. Montgomery's about 8 months old, and Montgomery is a trooper too. Okay, what else? I know that Sammy sold a lot of stuff. She went live on Facebook Thursday night and got her website going again. So if y'all follow her, check that out. Okay, that's mostly dry. And I got pretty good coverage here with one coat. Let me show you guys. I think I'm going to do a second coat on this. I think it's going to give me some really good distressing. So I've got not perfect coverage, and that's okay, because now I'm going to do a method called wet distress. Since this is a water-based paint and it's not sealed, I can just take a wet rag here and rub off the paint, which will give me a beautiful distressing without having to sand it, go out in the cold. And a lot of times, like, you know, if you try to sand a resinish type item like this, you're just going to destroy it. So this is a perfect alternative. Just a little water here on my rag. We'll just go barely over these details. Look at that. And see, that's why I wanted to do white on this one, because it's got such a dark underneath color. If it was white underneath, then I would have wanted to paint a darker color and bring out the white details. If that makes sense. Yeah, Tracy said it's gorgeous now. And I didn't hate the color that it was before. A couple people said don't paint it even, because it was pretty, but I just knew that it would pop better this way. Let me get a little bit done here and then I'll show you. And that's why I didn't do a second coat. I'm just gonna wipe a lot of it back anyway, so it would have made it harder to wipe it back. I would have used product I didn't really need to use, which is obviously using money you don't need to use. And it's super easy. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Hey, Jasmine. Michelle said, stop, that's yummy. I know it, it's so good. So, if you see things like this, but you're like, I don't really like the color, it's kind of outdated. I just gave it, what, 10-minute makeover? Not even that. You got a fan club now. Maisie's about to go big for some bagels.
Oh, she ain't getting on this. She gets bacon and like meaty treats. She ain't getting my delicious one.
She's gonna try.
Oh, she's gonna try. She's gonna beg.
Jasmine, what are you up to? Get the rest of this distressed back, and then we're just gonna seal it up with clear wax, and it'll be done. Easy peasy. And then I'll show you guys just a couple sneak peeks from shopping this week. Deborah says, I have to admit it looks great. Deborah said don't paint it. Right, thank you, Deborah. I appreciate that. And like I said, it was pretty not painted too. But now she just pops. Ooh, Wendy's. Next, you getting your tea? We're about to have bagels. Ooh, we went to a crab legs again last night. That was delicious. There's not a great place here in Topeka to get crab legs. We've got a Red Lobster, but it's, I don't know, not my favorite. So there's a place we found called Hook and Reel. She can hear me. Lorraine found it. Let me give her the credit. It was so good. So good. All right. Not too much. I like to take just a little bit off of the eyeballs when I'm doing animals too. Otherwise they look kind of like soulless. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I don't want to do too much. I'm going to stop right there and get my clear wax. Oh, whoops. Oh my gosh, I've got to clean those cabinets out. Oh, they're getting ridiculous. What's down here? My house is very full of junk right now. Technically, I don't go shopping usually in the middle of the week. So, going shopping again today is going to be dangerous. I'm just going to have to work my little tush off and list stuff all week. All right, just got this was like an old chalk paint brush. I actually do like waxing with these. Don't stick your finger in your wax. This is almost gone. I like to put a little bit on the top of my lid here and work off of that so I don't get paint down in my wax container. This is the what not to do. And then we'll just brush that wax right on here. This is going to seal up the paint. Make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Technically, after 30 days, this paint would probably be on there for good no matter what, but just in case you want to dust it with a damp cloth, that way it'll be sealed. You won't take any more of the paint off. And then DIY has some amazing colored waxes as well. I could have painted this white and then gone in with a dark wax or a black wax and picked up the details that way too. Drop me a comment if you've tried the DIY paint line and waxes. I know a lot of you have at this point. I've got some new subscribers on too. And I've got some new paint orders, so I'm excited to hear. So this didn't really change the look of it with the clear wax, of course, but it did seal it all up. And just like that, ta-da! A 10-minute makeover. So I thrifted this bird for $8, painted it in less than 10 minutes, and sold it at $24.95. So again, if you're a reseller, you're curious about pricing and how you can get the most bang for your buck, items like this with detail and just a little bit of paint can really make a big difference. Jasmine said that wax is her favorite way to seal. Girl, me too. In fact, I'm lazy now. Like, top coating something like this with liquid top coat makes my eye twitch. You totally could. Oh, thanks, Jazz. She just dropped the link for the waxes. I appreciate you, girl. You could totally top coat this with a paintbrush and a liquid, but that was just so much easier and faster. You don't have to worry about drips. Okay, y'all, I am going to drop the collection, the Thrift Haul collection, one more time before I hop off of here in case you're just catching me at the end. If you didn't catch the whole show today, go ahead and catch the replay and watch the whole haul. Oh, let me show you. Let me show you just a couple sneak peeks and then I'm going to get off here and go eat a bagel. I got wax on my finger now. Thank you, Joni, I will. Yep, y'all are loving the waxes. Good, good, good. Okay, there's the link for the collection. Let me show you a couple of my favorite things. I'm gonna back you up just a little bit. I've got all of that junk under the table. Oh, favorite things. This is gonna be hard. I'm just gonna end up showing you everything. I got some really good stuff. Okay, this is a good one. It's mortar and pestle. I paid $7 for it. Look at the wood grain on that beauty. That was one of my favorite finds. Those cookie molds, of course, amazing. Not really my style so much, but they're so cool. Look at this green lantern. It's metal and glass. It's gorgeous. It's not super old, but it's really pretty. I paid $7.99 for that. Oh, I'm like, where is everything? Look at this craziness. What is this? I don't know, but I love it. I'm thinking I'm going to take this apart because like all of these are different and there's no rhyme or reason to them. It's kind of making my eye twitch and they all come off the bottom. So I was thinking I might take this apart and DIY it into something else. I don't know, but the metal, the little scalloped edges, the black, the rust, that's good. Couple of my favorite things for sure. Let's see. One more thing. Oh, it would be these. I think I'm gonna have a hard time getting rid of them. Oh, not break anything. These spools I found, and of course the raffia is gonna have to go. The patina. The prices were really good. I got a ton of candlesticks. Sammy rubbed off on me. That's like one of her favorite things to buy. And I actually have a hard time finding good ones here in Topeka ever. It seems like I found some great ones, but okay. A couple of my thrift flips from the past couple of weeks are done and will be up on a video this week, but I wanted to show y'all because they have been listed. This bread box came out really pretty. I did Sweet Pickins flour sack on it and then added this brass handle. I put the pictures, updated the pictures on the listings, but sometimes those listings get so far back that people don't end up seeing the final look. And then this I had listed up as a wall shelf, and guess what? It's a wine rack. So it hangs, it's got the hooks on it. You can hang it on the wall, wine bottles go in here, and then your glasses hang underneath. Isn't that gorgeous? I didn't realize it until I painted it. So I updated that on the listing title. Okay. Y'all have a fabulous weekend. Have fun shopping. I sure will. Thank you. Okay. Michelle said it looks haunted. Stop. It probably is. I probably bring home a lot of haunted stuff. It's fine. Good karma. Good vibes over here. All right, y'all. Have a great weekend. I will talk to y'all soon.